Hi guys, thanks for joining my channel. My name is Allah. I teach Arabic, Levantine Arabic. And today's episode is before I start, please subscribe. If you have not subscribed, please click the subscribe button, and I'm gonna create a wonderful content for you. Also, you can email me and ask me any questions you want, or recommend or ask for any content you want in Arabic, and I would love to do it for you. My email address is alaa dot arabictutor@gmail.com. You should see this, all my information underneath this video and in the About page on YouTube. So today's episode is going to be about handwriting. As you need to get used to speak to native speakers in Arabic, it's the same for handwriting. We write slightly different than what you see when you type. So the letters, some letters or dots are gonna look slightly different. So I'm gonna show you the main things we do when we write so you get familiar with it. I got a whiteboard. Better than the one, if you watch my previous episodes, I got a really nicer and better one. It's right here. It's pretty good. So it's for you. So I can show you stuff. So I'm gonna use this this whiteboard to show you some handwriting and some letters we do differently than how you actually know them. Excuse me, I'm good. It's not COVID, it's just allergy. Okay, so to start, I will start with the dots. As you know, many of our letters in Arabic, they have dots. Some of them, they have 2 dots. Some of them, they have 3 dots. So when the letters have 2 dots, most of the time, you would do the 2 dots either like this or like a dash, like this. For example, we have the letter ta. So you learn ta is written like this, right? So we don't really do the dots this way. We do it either like this or like this. So this is how we write the letter ta, or any letter that has 2 dots. Okay, so this is for the 2 dots. Now let's go over the 3 dots. So the 3 dots, we would either write them like this or like this. So basically, we have the letter tha. You learn tha as, or like this. This is tha. So again, we don't write tha with the 3 dots like this. It's too much dots. So we basically do it this way. Do this, and then either this or like this. Well, this is nothing. It's just like this. So either this one or this one. So that's for the dots. Okay. I can write a word for you. It's just to show you. For example, a word with 2 dots, tamer, which means date. Date, the date you eat, not a date like a date, a romantic date. It's a joke. So tamer is, this is what you learn. Or actually, you do not learn it this way. The really correct way to write tamer is this, tamer, dates, which means dates. The way we write it though is like this or like this. Okay, so that's for the dots. Same for sheen, for example. It has a 3 dots, right? Sheen, the letter sheen. So this is what you learned. We write sheen, also the same thing, like this or like this. So the word shemes, which means sun, we write it like this. Okay. Okay, so that's for the dots. Now the next one is the seen and sheen. So basically you learn seen and sheen like this. So we call these teeth, right? 1, 2, 3. This is seen, and the same for sheen. So this is seen and sheen. So the way we do it, we don't really do this thing. Sorry, we don't do it. So what we actually do is, this is seen, and this is sheen. Okay, so we just make a line. So instead of this, we do this. So instead of the teeth, we just make a line. So this is the seen. So again, for the word shemes, now adding to the dots, we will do also the seen and sheen. So basically, the way I do it, I actually do the teeth for the seen here, but I don't do it for the sheen. So like this. This is how I write shems. You can write it this way as well. Shemes, you see? This is how I usually write it, but I always do it this way, so I just my hands used to it. So you just do this, shemes. See, so this is how we write sheen and seen. Now for the letter jim in the beginning of the word. So when jim in the beginning of the word, you learned it's this way. So sometimes you might see it this way. So for example, the word jamal, which means camel, we write it this way. Or jabal, which means mountain, we might write it this way. Now when jim in the middle of the word, you learned it this way. For example, word baheb, I like. You learned this, right? But when the ha or jim or kha in the middle of the word, we usually, or most people or lots of people do it this way. See? So it's basically ba, then ha, then ba. Or meme, if the words start with meme and then ha, for example, like mahaya, which means eraser. So we do it this way. Mahaya. Let me just clean the board and show you. So mahaya eraser is written like this: meme, ha, alif, ya. So basically write it this way, mahaya. You see? So this is how you learned ha, but sometimes you might write it this way. Okay. Same like if for example, another word, sulhufa, turtle. So sin, lam, ha, fa, alif, sulhufa. The way you learned it, let me write it above here. The way you learned it though is, but this is how we do it. See? So that's the difference. I keep it a little dark. I don't want to have a light, so it will like you will see the light on the board. So it's not gonna be easy for you to see the board. I hope like it's a little evening now, so but I hope everything is clear for you. We are almost done. Now the letter meme, usually you learned it this way. For example, me personally, I never do meme in the beginning of the word like this. I usually do it like this, which is not correct, but some people do it. So again, for the word Mahaya, eraser, you learned it this way. Some people might do it this way. You see? So meme is like this, but that's not correct. So for example, when I teach, I never teach it this way because it's not correct. Meme has to be underneath like this. But when you are used to write the language, you might do it this way. But this is a correct way. Okay. Now for noon, in the end of the word, lots of people write noon in the end of the word like this. So that's basically noon. So for example, the word men, from, you learned it like this. Some people might do it this way, men. See, so this is actually noon in the end of the word. See, so that's noon in the end of the word. Now, what else? The last thing is ha. Ha is already complicated. I'm gonna go over ha just as you learned it. This is the beginning of the word. This is the middle. If you are my student, I usually teach ha in the middle of the word like this. It's just easier to remember, like 8 in English. And the end of the word can be like this or this, right? So now the only thing the only thing you need to be aware of is ha in the middle of the word. You might see it in different forms and shapes. It's not always like this. So everything else is fine except the ha in the middle of the word. It's not always like that. So I'm going to show you a few different forms. So ha, this is what most people teach, like 8 in English. It's just easier to remember. Now, some people might do it like this. Some people might do it like this and then like this. This is actually how I like to write it all the time. So these are 3 different forms. I have notes here. Let me check. So these are the main forms you will see how. So, for example, the word sihel, easy, has ha in the middle. So this is how you learned it. So this is sihel, easy. See how seen is and how ha, like 8 English. Some people might write it this way. Wait, like this. So the ha is this way, right? Some people might write it this way. You don't need to worry about this thing. It's just lamb. So like this. You see the ha? So these are 3 different shapes. I feel like it's not super, you don't see it very well. Just from my experience, I feel like students will ask me, can you write it again? So I'm gonna write it again for you. So here is 1, here is 2, here's a 3. I'm gonna do this one for you again because I feel like you would wonder how it's written slowly. So basically you go down, then you do it as when it's in the beginning of the word, so like this. See? But just remember 8 in English, that's the easiest way. Okay, so that's my lesson for today. I hope it was helpful. So this is how handwriting is slightly different than how you see it when you type. I hope that was helpful. Please subscribe, and if you have any questions or requests, or you want me to make a specific or special video about something, please let me know, and I would read your emails, and I would follow with you up with your requests, and I will read them all. Okay. So, and I have surprises. Actually, if you listen to my Spotify, there's a big risk I'm making, which is I'm going to leave my regular job, which is my main source of living, and for living, my main source for living, and I am going to focus more on Arabic. And I have so many great ideas for people who want to learn the language. I'm going to create so much for you, and so many things are coming soon, really soon. Like, I have so many ideas. I want to focus on just teaching Arabic, and I'm gonna make so much content for you, not just YouTube, it's other stuff as well. So subscribe, follow, and yeah, and ask me any questions. My email address again is ala.arabictutor@gmail.com. Everything is in my description and my about page. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon. Thank you.